Hello, my delicious co-creators. Lilou here in beautiful Ubud. Actually, we're here on the where you're gonna have a concert here tonight, aren't you? We're at Arma Resort, amazing, beautiful space to sing, Deva.
Absolutely. Right behind us we have this incredible temple stage, and it is always such an honor to play on this stage. It feels really imbibed with ceremony, and it's always just such a gift to play here.
Yes. You're so in tune, so connected to the divine, to the sacred. Here we are hearing them. You go to all these places around the world. Tell us about I want to talk about sacred. How do you see what's sacred for you? What is your definition of it?
Well, sacred is whatever we make sacred, is my perception of sacred. But for me, my project at this time, my passion and my mission is to visit sacred sites around the world, and I'm being really called to sing at some of these ancient sites that have been considered sacred by, for many thousands and thousands of years. And so there's so much energy there. And I mean, what my experience is when I go to these places, they've been places of worship and reverence and tapping into the creation, all of creation. So at these sites, it's very easy to drop in and feel a part of the great mystery. This is a real passion for me to sing the songs that exist in these places. Yeah.
So you hear them and you kind of tune into it, and new sounds, new vocals come out of your throat?
For me, the process is I arrive at a site, and it can be quite emotional, because I like to follow my intuition and journey to places where I have a calling. So many of the places I am going to, I have a feeling I've been there before. There's a sense of familiarity, and often the words I hear that come to me from the landscape are, "Welcome home, granddaughter." I really believe we're ancient sentient beings, and that we've had many experiences in many different colored skins. And for me, when I go to these sites, there's first that beautiful recognition both ways, with the surroundings, with the earth, and of the earth receiving and seeing me. And then I like to just get out the way, and I get nice and quiet. I don't have any techniques. I just simply become still and tap into that 0 point within. And from
0 point, that's an interesting one. Yeah, I've heard that from quantum physicians, like this place where it's not up there, it's not there, it's just like it's beyond the feeling, it's beyond anything.
Absolutely. And in indigenous culture, this is just common knowledge. Quantum science is starting to understand this point now as the 0 point. But in indigenous understanding, we've always had that knowledge that, for like the Aboriginal people in Australia, we see the dream time, which is the past, the present, and the future, all happening simultaneously in the one moment, in this 0 point. And so in this place, all of creation exists. And for me, that's where I love to drop into. It's a breath away. It's not out there. No teacher, no technique. I believe we each have divine connection to the source. It's our birthright. And so when I go to these sites, I come into that place of stillness, and I don't hear the sounds outside. They come from within. And within and without blur, they are the same place.
I often hear we have the universe within ourselves. Do you feel that?
Beautiful, absolutely. I like to say all of creation is inside of us. And that's my experience when I sit on these sites. Sometimes the sounds that come through are very African. Sometimes they're very Native American Indian. Sometimes when I'm singing, I really feel Aboriginal ancestors arise. I'm shown lots of pictures of these places, and sometimes for me, a lot of the time, the sounds that come almost feel pre-culture. Because indigenous culture comes from the earth. It's from us sitting on the earth and and being in connection with the earth. So the music comes from this sphere. So sometimes for me when I'm singing, it feels way back at the dawn of time, before culture, before people put names and things everywhere. It's the language of the space of creation stories.
And then in that space, I mean, no time, no space exists then, and but you travel in your songs. It seems like you're journeying, you're living so many things. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's so beautifully said and articulated. Yes, for me, it's a real experience of time travel. And this, again, coming back to this past, present, and future, being in this one moment, that all of that just begins to become very multidimensional, you know, and for me, you know, I love this word holographic is coming more and more into our consciousness at the moment. And it really does describe our reality. Is we have many, depending on our conditioning and our beliefs, the way we are going to perceive this incredible playground that we're in. Yeah. And it's incredibly holographic of what parts we're going to tune in and tap into. And often when I'm singing, you know, people often ask me, you know, do you feel the pain of the earth and the sorrow and the sadness? And I have quite a contrary experience. I feel the peace and the hope. I feel the serenity, and I feel the new earth. And I, you know, for me as I'm singing, for me it's about focusing and amplifying this incredible harmony and unity and serenity that exists in this holographic field that we're in. Yeah.
It's like you're sharing this frequency, this vibration, so that we embed ourselves and our, you know, with it, and we can live that, right? It's a transmission.
Absolutely beautiful. It is. It's that amplifying and a frequency and energy. One of my favorite quotes, Nikola Tesla says, you know, that if we want to understand the laws of the universe, if we want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in frequency, vibration, and sound. And it is, you know, when I'm singing these songs, it feels that there is information inside of these songs that hold this energy, frequency, this transmission. And for me, when I sing these songs, I get incredibly high. You know, it's a celebration. It's a celebration of the sacredness of life. It's remembering that, you know, I completely belong here. I am at one with all that is going on here. I'm not separate. I'm not a disease on the planet. You know, we are having a symbiotic relationship with our environment, with the earth, and for me the songs carry this essence, and I get extremely high from that. And that's why I love to share it in situations like this, because then we all get really high together and amplify that frequency. Yeah.
Tonight is going to be amazing. Actually, NACO, Medicine for People, the whole group is here behind us. You're going to sing all on the same stage tonight. It's going to be a big party. Tell us one last thing about the new world. How would you define it? Some people feel sometimes like, as Dolores Cannon shared with me in one of her interviews, like it's like two planets. It's like nearly, she thought physically even there would be two planets. I don't know about that, but sometimes it feels like that. Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I really like to not intellectualize it too much, and I think this is really what's important for us at this time, because the new earth is going to be what all of us are dreaming in. Yeah, it's what we are dreaming. For me, it's what we're dreaming in. It's what our visions and hopes are for the future. So for me, I always really hold dear and close to me that we really live in a time of prophecy being fulfilled. You know, many of the prophecies, indigenous prophecies, are being fulfilled, and one of my favorites is white buffalo calf woman and all the white animals that are incarnating on the earth. Where I'm from, in the Nullarbor desert in South Australia, as a child, I saw a beautiful jidara, ancient white calf, was born, and I saw it as I was coming of age and knew that we were entering into a time of great hope. And I really believe that rather than, you know, what is this world? compartmentalizing. What does it look like? Again, it's frequency, vibration, energy. What does it feel like? Step into it now. What is this energy? What are we wanting to embody here with this feeling of a world of unity and compassion and love and embodying that now individually? And I feel that's what we're all on our journeys doing. Yeah.
And part of that, to come back to the original question, is like feeling the sacred every single moment.
Absolutely.
Everywhere.
Absolutely beautiful, yeah. Coming back into sacredness is what we make sacred, what we hold sacred. This moment is sacred with you, this sitting by the water here on these Komodo dragons, you know, in beautiful ancient Bali, you know, and everything is sacred in our daily lives, you know, blessing the waters, being grateful for the magic and the beauty. And, you know, one way that I really find helps to bring sacredness into life is really walking the beauty way, creating beauty, you know, creating beauty in everything that we do, beauty and prayer, reverence of the divine, reverence of ourselves as divine.
Yeah, including ourselves. Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes it feels like it's something outside, but no, it can be at home, it can be in Paris, it can be in a big city, it can be here in Bali, but it doesn't have to be. We can see beauty everywhere. Yeah,
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I'm excited. What's your next thing here? What's happening for you?
Well, tonight we play Bali Spirit, which I absolutely love, and then we're going to have some quiet time here in Bali, and I'm really excited to record some music. For the past year, I've been traveling to sacred sites all around the world, and I have a lot of recordings, and I've been getting a bit distracted, and I feel great spirit goes, DEYA DOVA, you must get these songs to the people, and so I'm slowly collating these, and I'll release an album of songs from sacred sites. And
when?
When
would you like?
This year. This year, I hope. And also within that, I'm visioning we go back to America, back to Turtle Island this year for another tour for summer, and to Canada. And I'm hoping to visit some more sites as well, who I can feel they want to be a part of this recording and documentary as well. So in the next year and a half, I hope to share it with all you beautiful people.
Last few little names of sacred sites you love, your favorite ones, if you can mention some.
Well, very sacred to me is Whomping on the east coast of Australia, very sacred to the Aboriginal people of the area. It's an old volcanic crater. Many people know it as Mount Warning or Whomping. This is a very sacred site for me. I feel the mountain called me in, and I have a song which you can find online called Grandmother Tree and the Feathered Serpent, and this song was recorded on and around this mountain. Another very sacred site for me is Grandmother Spider Rock, and this is in the Four Corners of America in Arizona. Very sacred to the Dene, to the Navajo people. Very ancient site, and deeply special site for me personally, many times there. So yeah, it's really important to remember that, and I love to share this, you know, we hear a lot of the big sites like Cairo and Egypt. We hear of Mount Kailash. We hear of Mount Shasta, Glastonbury Tor. Again, you know, coming back to this, how, you know, creation of sacred, you know, what is sacred is sites that are calling you are sacred, you know, these places where we have DNA match with the landscape, where we've traveled before, when we're dropping into our intuition and going, I'm really being called to go and sit with that rock over there. That's sacred, and to be with that place and to listen. Nothing more than to listen and be in relationship with the earth. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're very busy. You're here with your family, your beautiful husband too, that I got to interview. If you want to see that interview on Sacred Masculine with Hamilton. Thank you so much.
Great, Lilou. Awesome to meet you.
Yes,
love
you. Big kiss to all of you. Much love from beautiful Bali. Bye-bye.